Hey, Michelle Cederberg here, still self-isolating, trying to get some work done, but also trying to have some fun so I don't go stir crazy. So I thought that I would combine both of those things this week and share a little bit of the fun that I've been having with these devices, but also a very worthwhile work-life productivity hack that I have discovered because of them. When I was researching the book that I have coming out this fall, which is all about how to work better and smarter, I realized that I could be more productive with my time if I picked up this device a little less often. Because every time I do, I can check it to do what I was going to do, and then I get sucked into the vortex. You know what I'm talking about. So I decided to invest in a Google Home so that I could scroll less and talk more. This is for my home, but it could probably work in your workplace as well. So I thought I would share a little bit of information about these things, and I thought I would ask Google to help. Hey Google, how are you today?
Awesome. Thanks. How can I help?
Hey Google, what are you good for?
I'm pretty versatile. I can help you set a timer or do a search for you. How can I help?
She's pretty good at helping for those kinds of things, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get the device, because I can ask her what the weather is, or where's the closest post office, or I can ask her how many grams there are in a pound, and it stops me from picking up this device to do just that thing. So if I'm in the kitchen or if I'm having dinner with my husband and we have a query that we want to solve, normally I'd pick up the phone, I'd check, and then invariably I'd get sucked into Facebook, to Instagram. I would be checking an email that I've seen that's come in, or I'd be responding to a text that I do not need to respond to right now. These things are distraction devices, and if we can put them down more often, we will have more better use of our time. Hey Google, what else can you do?
Check these out. You can say, "What's Apple's stock price?" or "Dim the lights."
The dim the lights is an interesting one. I don't have it hooked up to my lights yet, but I do have it hooked up to our Nest, so I can ask it to turn down the temperature or turn it up. I can also ask her to play a podcast while I'm cooking dinner. I can ask her to add something to my calendar, which then syncs with my device. I can ask her to create a grocery list, which syncs with the app. Then I can open it up in the grocery store and it's all there. I can ask her to call my mom. I can ask her to play the news, which I do every single morning, and I know it's pretty depressing news these days, so when I'm done, I usually say, "Hey Google, tell me a joke."
How do you get over a fear of elevators? Just take some steps to avoid them.
Take some steps to avoid them. That's also a wellness tip that I approve of. Hey Google, you're awesome.
I was about to say that about you.
Thanks. So I know that some people can be worried about these devices because they could be listening in, and I'm not sure if that's the case or not. I'm going to trust that I'm going to be okay. But let's ask Google. Hey Google, are you spying on me?
That's definitely not a thing I do. The information you share with me makes me a more personal assistant, but you can control what's shared and adjust what data is stored under your data in the assistant.
Thank you. She does get quite personal, and she does know my name. Hey Google, what's my name?
Your name is Michelle.
I'd like to say she's smart, but she is artificial intelligence. Now, there are multiple kinds of devices that you can get, the two main being Google and Amazon's Alexa. I don't think there's any biases here. I chose Google because it's compatible with the devices we have in our own home. But hey Google, what do you think of Alexa?
Alexa's blue light is so cool. It reminds me of Northern Lights.
Sometimes it's just fun to see what the answers are going to be. How about this? Hey Google, what's the meaning of life?
Better minds than mine are working on that.
Well, I hope so. So I also have Google Mini here, and this is a smaller device that's a little bit cheaper, but it does essentially the same things. I have this one in our bedroom, and it's replaced our alarm clock now. So the great thing about that is that there's no blue light coming off of my little Sony alarm clock that I used to have in there. I can ask this to play pink noise before bed, or music in the morning, or news in the morning. And not only is the alarm clock not there, but the phone isn't there. So if I have to ask a question, I can ask Google. So that's kind of fun. Hey Google, what's another interesting thing that you do?
You got it. How about lucky trivia, or I can tell you a joke, or spin the wheel?
So,
What's your pick?
hey Google, spin the wheel.
Fun fact, coming your way. Marta Vieira da Silva holds the record for most goals in a FIFA World Cup by either a male or female soccer player. She played on a boys' team in her native Brazil until she was scouted for a women's team at age 14 and in 2002 joined the Brazilian women's national team. She's been named FIFA's Player of the Year 5 years in a row.
It's so random, but perhaps because there's no sports on television right now, you can have fun facts with your voice assistant. Hey Google, who's the best?
My sources confirm it's you.
I didn't ask her to say that. Hey Google, thanks for your help.
I try my best.
So I don't know how you feel about these devices in your own home, but I'm telling you, since we put them into ours, we're having a lot of fun with them, but we're also finding good uses for them all the time. And we're definitely picking up the phone a lot less, especially at the end of the workday when we want to be having more time together and less distracted time. So the phone will go on to charge and we will have these devices here to ask those questions that we are pondering as we're moving into downtime during the evening. My name is Michelle Cederberg. I'm going to remind you to subscribe to this channel and tell me if you have a voice assistant, what do you do with it that helps you day to day with better productivity and use of your time. Share this video with somebody who might need to put their phone down a little bit. And remember, you've got one chance to do this great life. I say dare to live it big and dare to do it with less hands-on devices and more vocalizing to voice assistants or just the people around you.